we are too attached to what people say, whether it's positive or negative.
Right.
So I can't get attached to you if you like, damn girl, you think you cute. I can't get attached to that too much because now I'm still allowing what you think of me control how I think of me, even though it's positive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm keeping that as is, y'all. This sounds like we're on a damn broadcasting radio.
I feel like I am on like the Breakfast Club or something.
Hey.
Welcome to the Breakfast
I like that you
Club.
said that because somebody
Yeah.
else told me that. I'm like, oh man, I hope it is like that. That'd be dope.
It
know?
is. You should feel like it is.
I'm about to
already.
say, just claim it.
Right.
You know
There's
what?
your own Breakfast Club.
It's happening now.
You're right. And I'm embracing every fucking moment, for real.
Yeah, hit your 3. Yeah, it's cool.
Glad to have y'all here today. How y'all feeling?
I'm great.
How come every time I say that, y'all always pause like a long time? Y'all be like,
They have to think about it.
you gotta think about it.
I was waiting for that drink of water you took to go down, man. I heard it.
Oh, sorry, bro.
Oh man, I'm feeling good. Man.
You feeling good?
I'm feeling real good.
Glad to have you back, bro. Glad to have both y'all back, actually, man.
Yeah, we missed
it's
the
been a minute.
last 2 weeks. We haven't been
I think
here.
I missed 3
Damn.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because when y'all had 4, I missed it. And then you didn't come, and we didn't have it. And I was gonna tell him I wasn't gonna be able to make it.
Yeah.
And then the one with your boy on it, I missed that one too.
Dang.
Yeah, I ain't been on 3 of them.
Dang, it's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been, man.
My last
Welcome
one was us 3, and that was it.
Well, welcome back. Before we get started, y'all, we
Sir.
got a new guest in here. We got Charde in here.
Charde here.
Hey. That's all
That's all I had. That's it.
Hey, ladies, young boys, girls, welcome back to Lavish Journey podcast, the greatest podcast in Cleveland, Ohio. That's all I want to say.
That's
all I wanted to say.
He was official as fuck.
That's all I wanted to say. I want to get an intro in.
Just say 107.9, man. That's all you gotta say at the end.
It was cool.
But, hey, so look here, y'all. Today we got 3 great topics. Listen, we got reincarnation, we got sexuality, and we got embracing your shadow side. Now that one sounds like whoa. So that's gonna be a whole nother
That
ball
one sound
game.
like it's just gonna take over the whole conversation.
Yeah,
It
it does. It sounds like we're gonna touch on things inside of us that we should, so the conversation is necessary.
Oh,
It's
very
gonna
much
develop. It's gonna
necessary.
develop.
What made you think of that topic, bro?
The shroom trip.
Oh,
Honestly,
Yeah, 'cause he was just talking about it.
Yeah, you was getting the chili during that time, so you didn't get to hear the rest.
Right.
But yeah, embracing your shadow side is an aspect most people neglect. You know, we push it off. We say, oh, I'm not good. I especially say for me when I was in church, you know, it was a lot of you can't do this or you shouldn't be like this. You can't have sex, can't smoke weed, can't cuss, can't do it. You know, but it's like, but that's me. You feel me? Whether or not it's good or not, you know, that is an aspect of me. You know, like I have to accept me whether I like it or not. So it was a part of my shadow side. I dealt with depression, loneliness, anxiety, things that I've just suppressed or just pushed off, you know, especially growing up. You know, nobody else really listened to me. Like I couldn't just open up and talk to everybody. Yeah, man, I be having crazy anxiety, you know, or I be crazy lonely sometimes.
I know what that's
I
like.
feel it.
Yeah, it's not something you just open up about. So I shut it off with myself. It was just like, I feel these things, but I'd rather not. I'm going to distract myself with music, sex, kicking it, you know, good time people. So, yeah.
that's dope.
Oh, that was the good.
Right. So when you like, so you just found out all this pretty much, like
I just found out. I read up on shadow side, but I could never really relate in a sense. It was just like I understood, like, okay, people have their darkness to them, you know, you're a god, there's a devil, you know, kind of feel. But for me, it was just pushing it off, you know. I always pushed it off and just distracted myself, like I said.
Yeah.
So when you get to a point where you're just kind of fed up, you know, where you're ready to just crack, you know, but you don't crack. Like me, I don't cry. It's very hard for me to cry. I'll cry for a movie before I cry for myself.
Damn.
You feel me? Or I'll cry for somebody else's problems. But me, I'm just like, that's okay. You'll make it through this. Like, you're tough. You know, you got to be tough. Life has made me that way. But it was a point where from even my heart chakra to open, I had to embrace that.
Yeah.
I had to embrace that so I can understand me better instead of the world telling me who I am, you know, or trying to relate to your problems and making them my own problems. So yeah,
know yourself for the world.
Yeah.
Would you say that's like a learned behavior, or it's kind of
a learned behavior? Both. I'll say it's a definite both, because it's learned because, well, let me start with it's forced. It's forced because I'll say my family. A lot of what I had to understand was I couldn't go to my family through a lot of my younger years. You feel me? All I had was me. Even my friends, I became their therapist, or them talking to me about their issues, but me not being able to reciprocate it. And, you know, well, man, I'm going through this. I'm feeling like this, dude. Or if I do tell them, it's kind of like, oh, okay. You know, but yeah, what we about to get into? Not really like, let me dive into you. You know, like, you hurt, let's heal. You know, so it's kind of like a forced behavior because I'm forced to have to deal with it. And then it's also learned because you see everybody else going through it. You see it everywhere. Yeah. You know, you see a lot of people hurting, whether they say it or not, especially if you're an empath or you just care about somebody, you know they're hurting. So you see that how they deal with it. A lot of time is smoking, a lot of time is drinking, a lot of time is kicking it at clubs, you know. So that's just, you learn those habits to just distract yourself from it. So that was for me. I just distracted really easily. Yeah.
So now you're moving away from the distractions?
I had to spend time with myself. Along with my shroom trip, they said, you just been neglecting the shit out of us. And when I say us, is me present, my future self, past self, higher self, and now my shadow self. And they were just like, you've been around everybody. You have to embrace your lone wolf path. You know, this is something you have to do for you, because we're going to take you farther than anybody else in this world will ever be able to take you. You know, a lot of people. It's great you know people, but they can't take you where we're going to take you. So hone in on you. Spend time by yourself. Read books.
I love this. I feel like I should.
Go to the snap. Go ahead.
Like something is needed here.
I embrace it.
Oh man, that's what's up.
It's something for everybody. Everybody just take some time. You know, it's okay to feel what you're feeling. Read Osho. It's called Emotions. That was one of the first steps for me to actually understanding how to embrace my anxiety, embrace the depression, loneliness, etc. Was just embrace that feeling. You know, don't push the shit off. Don't keep on, you know, running from it or calling somebody up. Yo, I'm trying to kick it with you because I'm lonely right now. Not telling them, but I'm using them. You know, I'm using them. You know, so I'm being a leech or a vampire off of their energy because I don't want to deal with me. You know, so
it seemed like accountability is a fear that a lot of people have. Like, people are afraid to look at themselves. Like, escapism is like a religion. It's bigger than Christianity to me. Like, that that's really put that there. Like, we use sex, drugs, anything just to avoid saying, hey, Charde, you know, what's up? It's just like to avoid saying hi to yourself. Like, and being like, oh, it's because of me. Like, or even to just chill with yourself. We're a lonely generation.
Very.
It's only because we don't really fuck with ourselves because we're so trying to be everything else. It's deep.
We're escaping into the world, especially social media. It keeps us from really...
No, that's no doubt.
Yeah.
Social media keeps us
I'm an
very
addict.
distracted.
I get it.
I mean, it's easier to run from yourself than it is to face yourself. Like, especially when you're sitting alone. Yeah. Like when you're sitting alone in a room and there's nobody to talk to, especially on your trips.
Yeah.
You've gone so long without facing your internal self that once you do, it's overwhelming because you're not aware of anything.
Yeah. That's real. And that's what happened. It became its own entity. Like literally he was his own being at that point. And he has a name, I just haven't found it yet. But he became a person, you know, who I had to embrace within my spirit. And literally he downloaded into me. And they said, you're downloading him now, you know, because you finally embraced it. You know, it's a cocoon phase. Yeah, it's just you. It's just an aspect of you.
So
I like that word, though. I like that word. Downloading.
Yeah.
I like that word.
More steps.
I like that word. I like that.
This is good.
That's what's up. Downloading.
Yeah. download that aspect of you. You know, it's something that'll get you higher than where you ever thought
And just
you could
listen
be.
how peaceful his voice is. We got to get to this. Listen. Just look, he
It
chilling.
helped out a lot. It really did. My anxiety is chill. I've just been outside reading every day. Like, me and him was talking. I just put the fucking phone down. Like, I've already been to throw that phone over there, but I really, like, throw that phone over there and just embrace you. Yeah, like,
forget about it.
I gotta get. It's so hard for me to do that.
Man, me too.
It's so hard.
This is the best.
You see, I got 2 damn phones. It's hard for me to put down the phone. Man.
That's just the state I'm in right now.
But
Like,
that's beautiful.
I didn't plan on putting my phone down. Like, honestly, it was just a shift that happened in my spirit. One day, I just said, you know what? I know what this podcast means to me. I know what my business means, but I need to focus on me right now.
Yeah.
Like, I've been pouring into you all so much. I'm starting to get tired because I have no new content to give you all. Like, I'm just going off of my own capacity, and I wasn't getting a chance to read. So now that I've cut off social media and I've done what I've done, I've actually shifted into a new person. Because every perspective that I had, it's literally wiped off.
yeah,
Different levels, man.
Yeah.
different levels.
Yeah.
The lavish journey.
Yeah.
I'm over here taking notes.
Look,
I'm
I told
put some of this down. So.
you. We snapping and
Did
shit.
anybody actually look up the definition of lavish?
Actually,
So what's
yeah.
the definition, you guys?
My personal definition is just like high value in a way. You know what I mean? And just outstanding. It's so many words I can use for
Like when
greatness.
when I looked up lavish, it's an overpouring of something. Like an overpouring of love.
Oh, perfect.
Or an overpouring of whatever you're doing, it's an overpouring of something. It's like overdoing it. Taking it to the extreme. That's what lavish means.
To the next level.
I'm writing that down.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, let's take it to the next
All right, y'all.
level.
The new term for lavish is taken to the extreme.
Take it
that's
to
what it means.
to
Like one day I was
overboard.
curious because I'm like, you know what lavish means. A lot of people think lavish is high quality. Like you
high
That's why I said
quality.
high-
That's why I said
yeah.
When
high
I looked it
quality.
up,
Yeah.
it was the overpouring or taking something to the extreme.
Oh, so we beyond high quality, y'all. Y'all hear that?
I definitely take things to the extreme. Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can chill that out.
Taking something as far as you can
There's
until it
nothing wrong
breaks
with
does
that.
so much
Matter
for
of fact,
you.
hold on. Let's speak about you. Hold on. Let's get her going. So Miss Charde over here, she's like super creative, y'all. She's a singer. She does everything. So let them know. Sorry, I had to get you out here. I forgot. I didn't
Does
do it
she
at
do
first.
it lavishly?
Sorry.
Is she
Yeah, 'cause
lavishly
he
do
usually
it?
introduces the
Yeah, I
know
usually
she
introduce
do.
you.
What
know.
is happening?
We can start off. So go ahead.
Go ahead.
I apologize. We can start off.
It's like way on the spot.
The pressure, the pressure.
I didn't know what to do. It is 3 black men looking at me. I felt like a white cop.
I know she said.
That's heavy.
I'm
White
afraid.
kid, I was scared for
I'm
my life.
afraid.
And
I am sorry.
But no, I'm Charde Renee, and that's CHARDERENEE 33 on Instagram. And yeah, I sing, I paint. I'm just a regular girl doing regular things for real. But long story short, to tie it to his, December 2017, my art, painting, like paid all my bills. So I was like, this is what I'm supposed to do.
Sweet.
And I quit. I had 3 jobs at the time. I quit them all. And by February, I had the keys to my own business, like the Underground Cleveland. And it was art. Like I had artists from all over the city come paint walls and floors. Dope ass artists. And I don't know, it's been a journey, like I guess a lavish journey ever since. From that, I've sang background in reggae groups on stage with Carlos Jones and Itana.
Oh, you was there? Sweet.
And just singing background with a rapper. And just, I met so many people. I've been in the play at Cleveland Public Theater just from that. And I've just started this. So like, it goes ties to like that self thing. I was so into myself. And like, not just in a vain way, but I'm not gonna take that because sometimes I'm vain. Sometimes I can be like, yes, I'm her.
Yeah.
But, you know, so
It's
I
that
take the
confidence.
balance.
Damn, I said that comes from development.
Yeah, it does.
You're not just like that.
There you go.
automatically.
It was definitely,
Yeah.
and so sometimes I'm like that, but for the most part, you got to be into yourself to a level to where it's like, I love me, so I'm gonna do good by me, and we fall out of it because I'm in a process where I fail and I'm getting back up again. But once I got to that state to where it's like, I'm doing me for the health, my health and everything. I was so into myself that way. All doors, like I opened up everything, and I had that calm voice. Like it was just like, you have no choice but to be like, I'm here.
Yeah.
So that's basically my mission. I'm so transparent because I want everybody to have those feelings and experience that, like the way it feels to be that way. And I'm very raw. So like, even though when I'm going through it and I fall off, I'm there telling you how I fell off. And then I'm gonna show you, hey, I used the same steps to get back for it. So that's your thing.
That's dope.
When we snapping.
We bring the snap.
We snapping.
Sorry, you had to get your story out there. That's just inspirational.
Oh, yeah,
and because a lot of people out here, like, want to do things you're doing and everything. It's just like...
Honestly.
Yeah.
You just got to do it. And I say that all the time because I'm just like everybody else. Like, I literally was working as an STNA. I was just painting at home. Just like everybody else. And I just said, you know what? I stepped out on faith if you're religious. And if you're not religious, I just let go of fear and was like, we only live once. So let's see what... I did everything. Right. I do everything. I'm a huge risk taker. You have to take risks. Yes. Sometimes you don't have to be so risky. But you just have to be like, this is what I want to do. So I'm going to do it. And it's going to come. And don't worry about how. But I always said I wanted to be in a band. And I've been in 3. Like and it's all happened in the last 14 months of my life.
Very
all
fresh. Very fresh.
Yeah.
But shout out to taking that chance on yourself.
For real.
I was about to say, taking a risk is important when you're younger.
Oh, you got to.
You can't afford to take these risks. When we get older, we can't afford to take these risks.
But
you are not old. You are not
old. To where?
You were priming for real.
Right.
Check like you at 90 years old.
Right.
But I feel like it. But no, when I hear y'all talk, I'm like, ooh, I feel like 31, 32, and 33 was too old to be just not doing that.
Age ain't nothing but a number.
It really is.
I know people out here that's 35, 40, 50 and still,
trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And it depends on your spirit, too, because you can be 60 years old and still acting like an 18-year-old.
Listen, I've met them. I meet them all the time.
I know them. It's like, you still acting like...
Age ain't nothing but a number.
It really don't mean anything. So, shout out to your young soul doing extravagant things.
Oh, that's my last name, too. Isn't that great?
What was it?
Yeah.
Extravagant? I said,
just get called out.
I thought he said extravagant. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Let's talk about, what's the topic for you?
All right, the topic for me is reincarnation. Wow. I don't know how to go in on it, to be honest. When we was looking for topics, I just looked up shit online. And I was like, reincarnation. That sounds interesting.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Let's start on it.
Well, go ahead.
What you think about it?
I think, do I believe in reincarnation? Yes and no at the same time. Like, y'all ever get deja vu, y'all somewhere? And then, you think that has something to do with reincarnation in a way?
Yes.
Okay, like, how do you think about that?
You've done it already.
Yeah, I'm curious about that.
Because we're energy transfers. So we've never not been here. So we lived many lives.
Yeah,
this is our first time in this. I'm Charde for the first time. So when Charde expires, it may be like
Lucas,
Bob Dylan. I don't know. Right, Lucas. I better have superpowers if that's my name. Like
it sound like you just telepathically doing everything.
So our soul reincarnates, but our body dies.
Yeah.
You
seen the Avatar?
The body dies, but your soul lives on.
Soul lives on. Wow. So we've been here forever.
That's the sense of
deja vu.
That's the sense of the eternal being inside of us.
You are infinite.
Like when your body dies, your body's not what makes you Justin. It's your soul that makes you Justin. So when this part of you dies, your soul will still live on. Your soul will still find something.
So that goes in discussion then of being immortal. So are we immortal?
Yeah.
Yes, in a way. Yes.
Okay, because every time I ask people this, they always look at me like, real, what you mean immortal? I'd be like, whoa.
Because they think you're just going to live this lifetime forever. Immortal,
like they don't understand the expansion.
You can go even deeper. Like, we are also living in different dimensions at the same time.
Like we are. Parallel
so you
universe.
can go there too, because we just... It's
some people
really
trip
infinite.
out when you say that, though.
People do trip out. I be talking about that. People trip out.
I mentioned that to my father, and he was like, what?
Spider-Man touches on that. If you haven't seen it, it's a great movie.
How?
No, don't.
No,
I gotta see it.
yeah,
I still gotta see it.
tell
Don't
it,
you tell me nothing.
All I said was if you haven't seen it, it's a great movie.
I'm gonna have to see it.
Yeah, I gotta see
And
it.
I'm getting ready for like sponsorship, you guys. See?
Yeah.
Practicing, the universe is speaking.
There it is.
Snaps.
Wow. So when y'all talk about multidimensional, so that means we're here and somewhere else at the same time, or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's different
way,
versions of you. Like, so one version can be, and it all depends on what you do. So say like,
Or they happening at the same
Yeah.
time. You don't necessarily
Yeah.
have to be there yet. Like that could be where
It's
you're
like
going.
different.
Wow.
It's like different phases of you.
yeah. So say if you like, all right, I'm gonna drive to the store. You drive to the store. That other being of you didn't drive to the store. They could be doing something else. It's just different versions of you. Your thoughts also play into those different versions. You know, it like
wild.
they say there's many doors you can choose. That door you chose to open in this reality, you did, but say in that other dimension reality, you didn't. You feel
Wow.
me?
And that's why you got the remembrance table. So you can tie Christianity into the table of remembrance, because we're here to remember who we are.
Now, what do you mean by that?
Discovery.
You lost me on that one.
Okay, like each of those time periods you came in, like you're hip to Hawk Girl and Hawk Boy, like
Yeah.
you see how they come back in every time, whatever they come back in, they love each other, they remember who they were. It's really your job to remember your purpose, who you are, and you're like here to learn from mistakes of the past life, or you're like going through karma for the past life, because that's traveling too. So there's always both sides.
It's a mission as to why Earth is a learning planet.
It's like you're in a game for real. Like you
It
got a
is.
mission.
I'm about to say, do you think we keep on going over this until we
Yeah.
get it right?
Yep.
Yep, you have to.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
you
love
have
that
to.
though. Does that? Why don't everybody look at that in a good way though? Like we can go out here and do whatever until we get it right.
Cause society, cause life.
I mean, they
Because of
paint
how
the picture
much-
they want you to understand.
You're right.
They don't paint the picture of the truth.
They
Yeah.
don't, because we be too limited. We are limited, but we be aware of it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I can't
Like-
say we. I'm aware of it, but
Could just imagine how
Gotta
learn
life would
to-
change. Life would change drastically if everybody understood. Like,
Man.
I'm
One
supposed to
thing-
be doing fulfilling my life's purpose. You know, like nobody would work anymore. People be out here doing whatever the fuck they want. Yeah, I'm about to smoke the fuck up. I said, man, my higher self told me smoke
But it
that
have
whole
to
bag.
be aligned though with what your actual purpose is. So you would get more, like people could be already doing what they want. Like somebody's purpose could be being a garbage man.
Yeah,
no,
Like
seriously.
he probably wake up like a rapper, wake up every morning like I'm gonna get in that motherfucking truck.
yeah, and
And
love
I'm
it.
gonna
love
so
it.
like janitors, some people that's what they want to do.
Yeah.
That's their
Yeah.
desire.
Some people are meant to be.
So we all are
sheep in
have
a
a
sense.
purpose.
One thing,
Yeah.
one thing I find dangerous about this society is the limitations they try to put on everybody.
That's the problem. That's why
Like,
we
they
have to reveal.
are so quick to confine you in the borders of what they think you should do and what they understand are your possibilities. Like it's so dangerous. It's
Man.
bad.
They're trying to control human nature.
Yeah.
And which is something you can't. It's gonna evolve. It's gonna change. It's flexible. You know, we don't
Yeah.
sit. And but I think that's a part of the journey here. You know, society, life has made these rules, but it's up to us to bend and flow beyond these rules to understand. Like that's
Yeah.
we have to flow beyond that. You know, like because if we just stick to these rules and these guidelines that they given, we're not fulfilled. All right, well, retry it again.
Ooh,
You feel
well,
me?
speaking of stigmas, societal rules, and all of that jazz, like, what do you guys think about monogamy versus polygamy and polyandry? Because that could be taught. Like, we're taught here, like, get married with your husband, get your wife. That's legal. That's
Yeah.
the way.
That's monogamy, right? That's
Right.
I was about to ask. Okay,
Yeah.
So is that
monogamy is okay. Go ahead.
Is that the truth of human nature? Is that human nature, or is that something that's, like you guys said, a system? Like, is
I feel like it's just
taught?
the person. It's those people. Because say if you're an open lover, because I actually know a couple who are poly. You know, they have different lovers, but they're so in tune with each other. You know, that's just them. It might not flow for him. You feel me? He might, you with who? You feel me? Like, nah, we got an issue. No, I'm gone.
Yeah.
You feel me? But I think it just depends on your being. And if, like, say, if in your past lifetime, you were used to being open and being in an open relationship, an open lover, you know, so that corresponds with this lifetime.
Right.
You know, so I feel like it just depends on who you are. Because
Basically, attract your tribe.
Yeah, that's your tribe. Yeah, especially if you find yourself and you find that partner, and if it's just both you two, and we don't want nobody else, you just gonna know that automatically. We don't want nobody else. But if you do want other people, and you like, hey, but we both feeling her, you know, let's see how she is, or he and he, whoever. You feel me? It's just whatever corresponds to your soul. I think embrace that.
You know, I feel like society does have a part with that, though. Like you said,
it does.
Such as limitations on that. But you're right, though. It's all about the person, honestly. I know there's people out here who have, like, multiple partners, and they all do their thing. Then you guys, you know, majority of the people, just one person, that's it. But society presses on you to have just one.
But, like, do you feel like if that pressure wasn't there, do you feel like people are pretending to be monogamous? I feel like people are. Because if monogamy was natural, people wouldn't cheat.
They wouldn't.
No, that's true.
It's hard.
That's
like, it would be no cheating if, like, we know, like, hey, I'm monogamous. This is... Because we're not, like... You're
attracted to many beings.
Yeah.
You're going to be. You can't help it.
So what's your view on it? You think we're just all
Truthfully,
attracted?
what I said, like, at this point in my life, I'm trying to see how am I important to the universe, to, like, the real truth of things. When I say truth, I'm talking about how does, like, cells work, DNA work. How do I connect to the universe? How am I like grass? How am I like I'm really into this. Like,
I've been drawn to that lately too.
So it's like the biological differences between man and woman, and also the similarities connect the same way as the universe does, if that's making sense.
No, that makes total sense.
So it's like we are flowing so around that. Like, this is how you feel. Biologically, you want to procreate. That's really what we're here for.
That's it.
Like, if you watch Animal Planet, you'll learn how to live. I feel like everybody should just watch Animal Planet. Like, they are living because they don't have all these constructs.
I watch it all the time.
So, like, we are really just here to make other people.
We're just advanced animals.
Yeah, so with thoughts, we didn't created these societies and all these rules, but we go against what feels natural. It's like being natural is not natural.
That's facts.
So, like, why? You get what I'm saying?
Facts.
It's like really weird.
It's the guidelines.
Going against our own DNA in a sense.
It's like we got barriers around us, though. You know,
I feel like people would do more things and be more of themselves if they didn't feel like, oh, I'm gonna be talked about, I'm gonna be embarrassed, or like, oh, like more women would be like, let's do polygamy, or let's do polyandry. More women would be more sexually open too and free if they didn't feel like they'd be called a hoe. Because truth, like, a lot of women want to be the hoe. That's why they listen to Megan, what's her name, the Stallion.
Yeah.
That's why that's their stuff.
Because they agree with it.
But if it wasn't like this stigma behind it, more men would be open too. It's just like, I think that will all fall away if we just let people be instead of saying, hey, legally this is what you have to do.
Yeah. And it's just people have to embrace that.
There's really no right or wrong.
That's real.
Yeah. And you know that off rip, you know, if you know yourself, you're just like, hey, I like to just be with different people.
Right.
You just have to do that. You don't even have to, and it's a label. Everything is labeled nowadays. Like, just be free as fuck. You know, if you messing around with all them, just do what you do.
If that's you, do it.
I don't care.
You're right. It's not that's my point. It's not affecting me. So if you like to do all that, do you. If you don't.
See, people are so scared of judgment, though.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, they're going to judge me. They not living your life. Are they paying your bills? Are they doing anything for you? Are they you?
Right.
That's true, though. Everybody's scared of judgment.
People judge the virgin. Like, girl, you ain't getting none.
You're right. You be perfect and they still judge you.
That was me young. You ain't getting no coochie.
So you feel bad.
Get on some pussy.
What? You a virgin?
What you mean?
Yeah, how? It's like, what you mean, how? Shit, I ain't getting none.
I'm so done.
That's crazy. So, you talked about that before. You said it was even females saying that.
Yeah.
So they're just trying to throw it on you?
It's that pressure. You know, it's a pressure. It's a society thing. We've been taught, we've been programmed. This is how we're supposed to act, be, and move instead of just playing our own drum. You feel me? I want to play my drum. He could be a flute. You could be a trumpet. You know, I don't have to
play
beat
your own tone.
Yeah, why do I have to beat like you? You feel me? Yeah, we
That'd
can make a song together, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna still be that drum. You feel me? So that's just how we got to move.
That's why that method, learn and relearn, to me is so important.
Yeah.
Because if you listen to whatever you heard and you don't relearn it, you're literally conforming to a system that you don't understand.
It's broken.
Like
and it's
we
flawed.
have no say so in this system.
No.
So if you confine yourself to these rules, your life is going to be a living
Your life is
wreck.
going to
Guess
suck.
what? Listen, if you go against these rules, they're gonna kill you, or they're
No, like, that's
gonna
true.
give you a felony or some shit.
They try to eliminate anybody who does anything different.
They're like, get them out of here.
Like
Revolution.
difference is people look at difference like it's inferior. I think that's
It makes people feel inferior.
and that is so deep. That's why love is a lost thing. Like real love.
Swear.
And it's
So-
because of that, I think.
So much of the truth is fabricated now. It's just like you got to dig so deep to find the truth, and it takes so long because you've been living in a society where they paint this picture. I saw this video on Instagram. I think I told you all about it. It's gray and white,
Oh, yeah, you were showing me it.
and what it does is it paints you a picture, and it just cycles the whole time, but it's the same picture the whole time. And it never changes. But the thing that makes it so powerful is because it's in black and white. There's no color. So
I gotta look at that.
I can show you afterward.
Yeah.
So with it being black and white, it's like a mindless cycle. And they painted a picture of this little human. He has the computer, he has his house, the bed, and then he's getting ready for work. And that's all he did on a mindless cycle.
And people do that for like 65 years.
Yeah.
That's what we're
And they work you to death. Like you have no
and then you
life.
retire and
Yeah.
get paid like $1,000 a month.
That ain't worth
You
it.
eat, sleep, and work, and there is no creativity in the middle.
None.
That's why I'm running with my creativity right now.
Man.
I'm running
gotta
with
do it while you're
I'm
young.
running with it. And people, a lot of people don't understand that. Only people understand that's the creative people.
Yeah.
But
It's
I'm
the
like,
younger
what you
generations
mean?
that understand that.
Why don't you want to work and do it? I'm like, man, look here. I'm using my creativity right now.
I want to have
'Cause
fun.
I wanna have fun.
I just want
Yeah.
to enjoy life. Why do I want to exist when I can live?
Man.
Woo!
Like,
That's
Like-
facts. Yeah. Why do I want to exist when I can live? I'm writing that down, man. Where you get that from?
I be
That's
saying
the
that to
goal.
myself. You just want to exist or you want to
Living is
live.
the goal.
Yeah.
Doing what
But
you
see,
want. Like,
because religion tells you to live to die. Like when you're a Christian, you wait your whole life to die so you can go to heaven.
You do.
You really live every day like, oh, when I die, you make songs about it.
Yeah.
Hallelujah, bye.
Yeah. That
Like,
is
no, what about today? Today I want to go zip line, and that's what I'm about to do. Like,
true. Yeah.
or whatever. Like we
I feel
really
like-
live to die.
I feel like you can switch that around and you live every day as your last.
Yeah.
You don't live to die.
Sorry, I hit the mic. But go.
In a,
Ah,
in a,
He
in
is
a,
preaching. I'm about to start an offering.
Go
in
for
a
it.
sense, in a sense, you do live to die, but in a sense, you live as if you're going to die.
Okay.
Because we never know when we're going to die.
Exactly.
So if you live every day like it's your last, that's a definition of truly living.
Yeah.
But you really only have a certain range of time to do that, and it's when you're younger.
Yeah.
Because when you get older, you can't afford to.
You're right.
You don't have the energy to.
yeah.
You like, man.
What you did in your former years, you will reap in your latter years.
That's true.
So basically, what you do when you're younger, you benefit from it when
True,
you're
and they
older.
use that same concept to put you in that bridge. So they say, work for me. Get this little bit of bread, but I'm about to take 30% of that off top because you done paid $100,000 to go to school to make only like $60,000 a year.
Facts.
And then you're gonna like do that for 65 years to get like $2,000 a month. And now you broke down because you work. That's not no point that you live, and you take 2 weeks out the whole year to go to Disney World with your family.
2 weeks.
Because
That's it.
you know, like that's life.
That's not life, man.
Thankfully, I
That's-
feel our
It's the same.
generation
They
can break
took
from
that positive thing and made it that. Like basically, you could. It's all a mental game.
It is.
It's
Like
so-
we just
it's
have
so
to take
mental. It's
power
so
over our
mental.
mind. Like
See,
everything is mental.
That's why I'm so blessed about our generation. You know, generation before us, they couldn't.
Oh God.
They was trapped.
That's a whole
Honestly,
nother
they was
pod-
so trapped.
That's
We're
a
not
whole nother
trapped, though.
podcast.
It's
right
not
there.
even about being.
it really is.
It's not even about being trapped. I feel like it's just being cowardice.
But they didn't know the.
Not a lot of people. Our generation is a generation that has a lot of courage to do the stuff that's just unthinkable.
Exactly.
We do.
But
Exactly.
the generations before us and the generations ahead, they just kind of settle for whatever.
Yep.
Like wherever life places me, that's
I'm
where
here.
I'm okay at.
Yeah. And I'll say it's a survival technique too.
So
Yeah.
that's
They had to survive back then as well. It was being scared, you know, but it was a survival because they couldn't afford to. You just think slavery just ended with our grandparents. Well, before our grandparents,
Right.
You feel me? And it's like, all right, now we have to provide for our children because they was having babies back in the day. Like they had families, you know. It's like I have to provide, especially in a fucked up system. So they felt, well, this is the only way I can.
So that was your great grand. I don't know. I
Yeah.
keep forgetting
Yeah.
about. But
Yeah.
listen, like so that's your great grandparents. Now your grandparents, they were basically us. They was like, oh, I'm about to open me a milk store. Oh, I'm about to, I'm about to make this bread and sell it. Oh, I'm about to
Black Wall Street.
Yep. So like your people who are like 90 something now, they created businesses.
They did.
But it was the
Yeah.
people who are 70 to 40. I feel like they failed.
Well, that's because
They just stopped.
It's like, what
And they're-
happened?
The
And they-
leaders,
because
the
in
leaders were killed off.
yeah, but in their time,
that's facts too.
it's bad because in their time they can get away with so much less than we need now.
Yeah,
Oh, definitely.
They had no motivation to go get more.
Oh, yeah.
Like, for instance, and this might sound a little ridiculous, but $20 got them a long way before. Now $20 don't get you much.
One meal.
So yeah, so if you don't have that hunger to
Yeah,
go
you gotta
after
go.
your dream
Yeah.
or where you want to be,
And just think how many of them actually had dreams. You feel me?
A lot.
You feel me? And
A lot of
just
dreams are dead.
how many people were actually just conformed to certain things. Like religion was a big play
Yeah.
back in the day. Like all you did
Yeah.
was go to church.
That's
My
it.
grandparents, that's all they knew. Go to church, work your ass off, go to church and eat. You feel me? That's all the fuck they knew. So they teaching their babies that. It wasn't like this generation were open to this. You feel me? That's one thing I would give to phones and stuff. It's opened us to a whole new world of thinking, you know, to experience life. You know, even our generation, we're open.
I
You know,
love
they
the
weren't as
creativity
open.
of our generation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
it's
flowing with
nasty.
it.
I love it.
You know, we have this flame in us, and we're just rapidly spreading through the woods. You feel
Running
me?
with it.
Once it comes to fruition, it's gonna be crazy.
Oh,
You know
it's
what?
not gonna
10
stop.
years from now,
It's not gonna stop.
think about how we're gonna make this world look.
That's true. We're going against the grain. Y'all knows that, right?
We are
We're
the-
going against the grain.
That's why
And they like, what are y'all doing? We like
that's
going
why
against it.
that's why so
podcast.
much friction.
Yeah, this
it.
podcast.
That's why.
This is a revolution. You know, like what we're doing is going against the grain. We're
It's against everything they
evolving.
understand.
Yeah, we're evolving as a people. You know,
So the
earth
revolution is internal. Basically.
It is, like they said.
Revolution, revelation.
That's why it will not be televised.
Yeah, because it's here. You know, we eating different. We treat ourselves different. You know, we just not eating pork all the time. You know, like it's little things that are a part of the revolution. I tell people it's little things. It doesn't have to be, oh, we burning shit. Like, nah, eat right, exercise. You know, eat your fruits and
I
veggies.
got a question though.
Yeah.
Do you think we're so open and conscious of everything because we were exposed to a lot early?
I feel like y'all
Because we were exposed to a lot
was exposed
early.
to way more than me. Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like 90s people that was born in the
Right.
90s. Y'all was exposed to a lot.
I was exposed to some dark stuff early.
Oh,
like
very
I was
early.
hip early.
Yeah. I was always a lover of people, so I
Cause
would,
like when I talked to my brother when I was like in middle school, the stuff that I told him I was already exposed of and aware of, he was tripping. I was like, dude, that's already happening in schools. Like growing up for me in middle school, I was already exposed to guns being snuck in school.
oh
and
yeah,
violence.
it's all weed, everything.
When I told my brother that, because my brother's your age, when I told him that, he was just like, "What?"
Yeah, it wasn't that much going on when we was young. It was little traumas. Like, okay, somebody was 12 and pregnant. But,
Shit.
Yeah, I'll see my head like, God damn.
yeah, that was deep. But
That
for
extreme.
us, that was an extreme. Like,
They didn't have as
we didn't
much.
have, like,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Like, now that's normal. And then the gun thing is normal.
I mean, you think you see it on TV, 16 and pregnant and shit. They glorify these shows, so it makes it successful. It makes it okay with people, you know.
So-
It's okay to be
sometimes
So
it
16.
feel
do,
like-
y'all think that's not okay though?
What?
Somebody being pregnant like at 12 or 13.
Hell no, you a
I'm
baby.
just curious.
You can't even raise yourself.
Yeah, like,
you
I
can't
mean-
raise yourself at 12, 13.
I don't believe it's right to have a baby that early because now you're responsible for another life when you haven't even understood your own life.
Yeah, you don't know nothing.
Like, you don't know anything, and people out here having babies. I understand. Bringing a life into this world is the most beautiful thing. Don't bring a life into this world when you can't even get yours together. Woo! Because now you're gonna take that baby through stuff prematurely.
I'm 26 and I don't need another child. I got my one.
I'm about to say, yeah.
You always say that too.
I know.
Baby,
I don't need another one. I learned my lesson. Thank you, Karma. Thank you, Universe. But shit, I learned it. Don't give me no
It's
more.
not like people... And I don't want to go there, but it's not like babies are wanted because they want to cherish them. It's like they become a crutch.
Yeah.
They want a distraction. Like, people have babies to say, okay, I can't get my life together, but if I have a baby, that's going to make my life better.
Really?
Not in 2019.
How about I say?
Not this day. I know. I mean, that is a true fact you just said. I'm just saying,
God.
yeah, no, there are people like that.
I've seen it.
No, I met a girl.
I've met a lot of people who've had children because their life was in so much disarray.
So they like, let me have a kid and it's going to clean my life up.
It's something to love.
Yeah, because
you feel me?
When your life is in
That's
disarray,
deep.
when your life is in disarray, it not only spoils over into your life, but it spoils over into other parts of your life. Mm-hmm. So it's like going from being a conscious human being to being mindless about whatever you're doing. And then when it happens, it's just like, oh, I did it on purpose, when in reality you didn't. Mm-hmm. So you allow what's going on in your... a lot of people say personal, but I definitely use the word internal instead of personal. Mm-hmm. They allow what's going on in their internal life to spoil over into physical reality. Mm-hmm. And it takes its own form.
In essence, that's what we all do.
Yeah.
Everything you're thinking is spilling over into your external reality.
You better
but
preach.
not a lot of people know that.
Your thoughts are
They
powerful.
think, oh no, I'm in full control.
If you're thinking about all them bills, guess what, you're going to have some more bills.
That's why people locking it out. I'm like,
literally.
I just talked to my sister about that. Like, I be pushing all that negative
something
shit.
else. Think about the solution. I have to learn that.
I remember when I thought about being broke. And I would be broke no matter what. Once I got older and that mindset changed, money came.
It comes
like
out of
that.
nowhere.
Yeah, you manifested it.
Like now,
Yeah.
Man.
I used to live check to check. Now, I am comfortable. Like, I am not worried about the next check.
Mm-hmm.
See? So that's living. That's how you start living.
Like, if I want to go out and spend a few hundred, I don't have to worry about not being able to pay bills.
Like, damn.
Yeah, like,
coming up.
I'm trying to get where he at, just to let you guys know.
You there already.
Yeah.
No,
You there already.
I could just go blow a couple of bands real quick. Okay.
Everything literally comes back to your mental.
That's true. That's true.
Everything.
Yeah. Your mind creates your reality.
Yeah.
It's very powerful. And your throat. That's why I tell people, command what you want. Speak it out loud.
And what's crazy is the Bible.
Yes.
And I hate to be this person, but I was born up Christian. I'm not religious at all at this point in my life, but I just want to say this so bad. When you let go of religion, which I think is beautiful, and you become spiritual, do not throw away the Bible.
No.
Because if you read it, it's really a book of self. Like what he just said is a literal Bible verse. Mm-hmm. And it didn't sound like one, but it was literal. And we've done it like 4 times.
I grew up in a Christian home.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
But because my perspective is broadened, it drives my parents crazy. Like, trust me,
they're probably losing it.
I have not forgotten what the Bible has taught me. And trust me, it's made me face a lot about myself. But when you expand and you don't stay on that straight and narrow, it drives them crazy.
You're breaking the tradition.
Yeah, like I speak about verses, but I don't quote them. Like, it's
John's this said this. I hate to do that shit. Like, get out of here.
It's just become a part of how I talk.
Yeah.
That's how it comes out. But I don't have to jam it down somebody's throat.
And that
Let them know it's the Bible. If they want to know, I'll tell them. But it's not my first instinct to press it on them.
It was just because it was too fear-based when you learned the Bible.
There you go.
Everything was fear. You know, like, you going to go to hell if you don't do this. God going to punish you. He going to hate you. But the Bible can be taught spiritually.
Yes, it
you
can.
know,
Oh, yeah. There's many ways to deliver
and
it.
I know that's a part of your journey. You can deliver it spiritually, so then people can connect and be like, I understand this. It's not like
That's
I'm
what
just
I'm
gonna
doing.
quote verses.
That's
I'm
what
gonna
I'm
I'm gonna
doing.
speak this word and apply it. This is what I'm going through. This is how I recognize this verse because I went through this in my own way. Because I grew up Christian too. You know, I'm spiritual now, but it's helped me tremendously.
Man,
you know,
yeah.
and there's so many things in the Bible that is a part of my life. Like I think we were saying the truth in the Bible that one day, and Jessica was trying to understand like what's the truth in it is true.
There are certain books of the Bible that are concrete, like the book of Proverbs.
Yeah.
It's just a concrete book of wisdom, and that's it. Certain parts are harder for some to believe, but there are certain books in the Bible where it's just concrete. It's just concrete wisdom.
I think it's because it's supposed to be read parable by parable, line by. It's not. The Bible isn't a book to be read like a book, and I don't think a lot of people get that. And then you can't take it literal, like Proverbs, like you said, is concrete, but you can't take it literal. It's like it's heavy metaphors.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like you can't think that it was a literal snake. You can't think that Jesus was a literal person. Like let's just a lot of this stuff we have to
I agree.
dig a little deeper. It's symbolism of something, and truthfully, is yourself. But
People get scared.
that's why
when
they
you
say you were
that.
made in the image.
People do get scared when you
People
say
And in
get
that.
the
scared
beginning-
when
You're going
say
against
that.
it.
Yeah, and if you say in the beginning there was the word, what you
Speaking it.
speak,
What you
It's
speak.
manifesting.
the
Yeah.
word
Creating.
is God. That's why it's very dangerous to say I am broke, and God gonna say yes you are.
That's why I told people like what Jesus says in the Bible, say it for yourself. He said, I am the creator.
The
I
Bible
am the
tells
body.
you the Bible
It says
tells you
that.
to say
See,
that.
but when I said this last time, I look like a bad person.
No.
Wait,
I'm getting people caught up. I'm getting them in trouble.
So last time we had this conversation, I was talking about like how we are creators and everything. I am a creator. Y'all looked at me like, what do you mean?
No, I agree.
I said, I agree.
Yeah.
It was Calvin. So I was like, wait a minute. You remember that?
But the
No,
Bible,
It's like 3 weeks ago.
I thought about that when I went home too. I think when we were talking about two different things at the time. I think that literally was the problem because Z was on the side like,
Yeah,
yo,
I'm
wait,
just-
y'all
yeah.
getting kind of deep.
Yeah,
Hold
that's
on.
why I was just like, I feel both of y'all.
He put a halt to the whole
I said,
thing.
I'm not even gonna say anything.
Because
I
Justin was getting on the table. I'm sitting there like, no. When I went home, I was like, wait a minute. If me and Jessica can have confrontation like that and controversy and still be cool, that's the type of discussion we need on here
Yeah.
to stir something.
yes, I'm about to
Like
say,
we needed
yes.
to get personal like that.
Yeah, you got to.
Because it is personal. We're all connected. Even this, like we manifested this. The four of us are sitting right here from a product of our minds. In some way, somehow, like nothing happens by chance.
No.
We created all
Yeah.
this. It's like a movie that we directed.
Ain't no such thing as coincidences. Shout to Donnie T. But yeah, that's true though.
It's no such thing as coincidence.
I've been thinking about that a lot. Like we're humans and we're connected, but we're connected on a deeper level than this.
Yeah.
And figuring it out is really the mission.
That's why we all sitting here.
Like for instance, numbers.
Oh, the synchronicity?
There's so much meaning behind numbers.
Oh, dude.
What meanings are behind numbers?
Like
They're called angel numbers. It just
Angel
depends.
your name, your name actually has certain numbers to it. And if you understand whatever you said, what did
Like
you
your
say?
life
Angel
path
numbers.
too.
Your numbers,
Life
it'll
path.
tell you about you.
Yeah, your life path number.
Like I
and
came
all that
across,
stuff
I
that
came
you put
across it on social media. It's freaky. Like
He used the word freaky. It's freaky. It's freaky. What's so freaky about it?
Because it's
because
crazy
how
point.
dead on it is,
Yeah.
it'll scare you.
So these numbers are called soul numbers, right? That you said.
It's soul numbers, life path numbers. It's different.
Yeah.
But
Numerology.
I hear what y'all
There we
saying,
go,
but explain.
thanks.
Like, let's say like letter J. Like, what do you mean by numbers?
So like J can equal up to the number 3. You
Okay.
feel me? Like it'll equal a number and it's what is it? Not the vibe. It's something that it carries.
I'm about to
It's
say, I
like-
didn't really look deep into
Yeah,
it.
it's something that it
You
carries
probably
that equal to a certain number, and so all the letters in your name carry something. They carry it's like a weight in a sense. So your birth date, your name, they all equal. You divide it. Just looking at numerology, because you like multiply it and divide it by something. It'll give you a solid
that's what
one.
they did on the video.
Yeah, it'll equal one solid number. Like my life path number is 4. 4 is a hard worker. I have to work hard for what I get. But once I get it, I'm successful in every range. You feel me?
Mine's
But I have
just
to
like
work
11 or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't remember. But
Yeah, mine's 8.
I think mine was like 3,000. I ain't looking at
But like
Andre.
in common sense terms to understand it, when something happens to you 3 times, you pay attention to it.
Three's a charm.
3 is a great number.
Yeah, that's how it is. That's how it is with those numbers.
Oh, I get you.
They all have specific meanings.
I'm looking
Something happens to you 3 times, pay attention.
Yeah. It's just like when we, you know how they say 11:11 make a wish. 11:11 represents your awakening process. That's how our generation started waking up, was by seeing 11:11 make a wish. We thought it was making a wish.
On the page, yeah.
We thought it was make a wish, but no, 11:11 is the first time of awakening. So we were all awakening when we were seeing that. We just didn't understand what was really happening. It was a deeper meaning.
Age of Aquarius.
Yeah, the age of Aquarius.
This is getting good.
So what's age of Aquarius?
Yeah, I'm not.
What is that?
I've heard it, but
Just
I'm not.
left out of the age of Pisces, which is, don't get me to line about how long the period was, but recently, I believe like 2012, since 2012, we've been in the age of Aquarius, and it is like a great awakening and a knowing.
It's a rebirth.
That's like a rebirth, getting rid of that Jesus, the Pisces era.
Oh.
We're
And you can
forming
see
a
it.
new-
Like, you don't even have to, I don't have to even say no more. Like, you can see where it's like, shoo, you can feel it.
It's the difference between our grandparents' parents.
Yeah,
to us.
like this is the time where like we are literally changing the world.
Yes.
Oh, 100%.
We're the next leaders of like you be saying, like we're the next leaders, kings, queens, guys.
there.
We are the next one.
We're like the birthing place.
yeah.
Wow.
Just think like we'll have books written about us in a sense.
Dope.
You feel me?
Like,
That makes
honestly,
me excited, man.
Oh yeah, very much so.
Us getting our knowledge out there is like really pivotal right now.
Very much, especially for these kids.
Because if we don't,
Man.
the course of life won't change.
yeah.
Oh,
It'll continue.
so we're the tradition breakers then. We're breaking
Yes,
it.
yes,
We already actually
yes.
broke it.
Yeah,
But
we're stomping the shit out.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah,
believe
you
in
gotta
it.
break
broke
them
it.
cycles.
We broke it, but in a sense, we still have to fight.
It's not broken.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't think it's gonna be broken until it's
We got years.
broke. It has to be done on the internal and family generational curses. Like so, it's
I was-
gonna
I was-
start.
I was just about to
It's
say
gonna
that.
start
You-
there. It's gonna start with you.
You gotta
You
stop
know,
it.
being
You
real with
have to stop
yourself,
it.
finding yourself, breaking that down first, and that's a hard journey. And we're fighting the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
So that's gonna take long because we're like, oh, I don't want to deal with me. I could just blame Trump. I can blame
anybody.
Michelle Obama.
Yeah, like he has nothing to
Somebody
do with you
like
at
that.
all.
Like, they don't give a shit.
It's the white man. It's
People
the black
point
woman.
the finger so much.
So it's just like we got so much of that. We're slowing down the process because we also gotta, especially black people, we gotta start with ourselves. Like this whole battle of the sexes, we have to stop.
I
I
can't
hate
stand
that.
it. I
Oh,
can't
yeah.
stand
And as
it.
much as I hate it, like I fall and fell into it so hard. Like I should have been like the chairperson of like
Really?
Niggas Ain't Shit Club at one point in my life. Like
How'd
I
you-
could have been.
Well,
You the VIP. I
could've
started this shit on my own. All
Like,
y'all
yeah,
niggas.
like,
no
I'm
niggas
the
in my shit. It's all females.
Copyright, trademark.
I don't mean to put you on the spot.
You the Black
but
Panthers
No.
of it.
I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I think it would kind of be good if you explain how you got out of that.
Woo. Okay, no, this is actually a huge part of my life. But I learned over my experiences with men. I got out of it because I realized that it was me. I started to look at myself and sorry I had to plug her. Kamisha McDowell is her name on Facebook and stuff. But Black Fire, BLAQ Fire. She got me, focused on myself, like the self-realization of Charde. I got a name interpretation from her, changed my life. And it was like, okay, it's about you. And so I look at everything and I say, what does this have to do with me? Like, why am I mad about this? So I started looking at myself and I'm like, I realized like my anger for the black man was my relationship with my father. It really had nothing to do with y'all.
It's a stem.
And I was dating him, or what I was mad at him about, and what I saw him do in a sense. And I hate to I'm not really dragging him, but And then it was just the men I had in my life. I was gauging y'all off of that.
The ain't shit niggas.
So like automatically y'all, I attracted it because that's all I was thinking about. That's all I saw a man to be in my sense. So
that's
what I attracted to me. Yeah. And I'm just like, blah, da, 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 da. But truthfully, I wasn't shit.
You get what you get.
Yeah. So once I realized, Charde, you ain't shit.
Out of the abundance of the heart, the most.
Yeah. So once I realized I wasn't shit, started to work on myself, and then I like slowly started to like not attract ancient niggas.
Is that like self-actualization in a way?
Hell
self-realization, yeah. Like realizing who you are, what's going on, and point everything back to you. Like literally point the fingers back to you.
That's
what I tell people on
Instagram.
Hard.
Look at the that's I'm about to say that's real hard to do.
But that's really all once we all do that, and it's hard. Like I fall back. Like, and you can feel a shift in your life when you fall off like that.
Yeah, you
you do.
Everything starts to fall apart. Yeah.
It's a great shift.
It's common to acquiesce back to what's
comfortable. Because this happened to me recently.
It's so common to do that.
And now you go right back into that trend, but then the people in your life, this literally just happened to me. Like that roller coaster, I fell off of it, and it started to shift. And I started to blame. And I had to say like, oh. And I saw it, thank God I was posting, I saw it through my post. I'm like, damn,
I was just finna say that.
I
bet you was
like,
posting it, yup.
Ooh. And I said it. I made a post about it. Like, I vowed to never blame the black man for my own personal insecurities ever again.
And that's what I think a lot of women and men, we have to.
Men do it too.
I see a lot of men. We have to hold ourselves accountable because we're just manifesting that. That's power.
We're responsible for what happens to us.
We calling everybody fuck boys and stuff. Like, what do you think you're doing? You're damaging us as a whole. You feel me? Because there's plenty good guys. You just keep meeting the wrong ones.
And then we so quick to. We don't feel like y'all got feelings. I can attest to that. And it has a lot to do with.
It's a learning.
Men are some of the most sensitive creatures ever.
It's a mother thing.
We really are very sensitive. We just have a toughness we portray, but we crying inside. You just don't see them tears.
I feel like it's pride, bro.
It's pride.
Ego, pride, all that shit.
That ego.
Breaking the momentum of what society is painted for us to be a man. That's literally the key.
Yeah.
Like growing up.
That's probably why he don't cry.
Like, me personally, and I've said this, I'm a crybaby. I'll cry at the drop of a hat. But growing up, when somebody was about to cry, it was suck it up. Like they would hit you and make you suck it up. Or if you was about to cry, they would pinch you behind your arm.
Like I wish you would cry up in this fucking grocery store. Beat your ass. Suck that shit up.
So that voice you were emulating a black mother, and that goes to what I say. And a lot of women on your podcast probably not gonna like me. But the state of the black man has everything to do with the state of the black woman. Yeah, because at the end of the day, we are their first teachers. I don't care if daddy was there. The daddy is the enforcer. So the mother, the reason why black men ain't shit is these black mamas. And if we gonna be single moms, and you can really, it's the truth. Like it's I'm just embracing what's real at this point. And, so it is up to a woman. The men do everything based upon what a woman gonna think. I'm pleasing my mama. I'm getting dressed. You don't get dressed. Women get dressed for other women. Niggas get dressed to see what a woman
crazy for a woman to come forward and finally say
what we about.
Right.
We need that reassurance.
We just have to. Mama got to get it together. Like that's why it's Mother Earth. And it's the men that has to enforce our laws. That's why daddy is always like the stern one.
Yeah.
The mama is the one really saying, hey, a woman is running the marriage. Just be real. But the man is enforcing her laws.
Woman run
and that goes with the state of masculine and feminine energies universally. Like women got to get it together.
Yeah, cause we'll act right.
I'm not like pushing men aside. Like they got issues. We are the matriarchs. You like to be called God, and the black woman is God, but then we have to act like it.
Yeah, because if you think if women,
we didn't say it, by the way.
Yeah, we did it.
We didn't say it this time.
Because if you think women will start saying, "No, you ain't getting pussy till you act right," and stand by that shit.
I think that's so. I think. What wife's doing that is stupid. If we do that, we stand by it. No. We control it. I get what you're saying.
Oh, yeah. Just to control. Just on a simple note. But if you start acting right, then we can love, a man is going to change his way immediately. It's sad to say it has to come to that, the lowest of extremes. But
Everybody just got to heal. Because if
we
men
do.
heal, then men can get to enforcing the old laws. Like, no, y'all, no, this is not about to happen.
No, we gotta just stand by that leader.
So
A
we just
woman
gotta,
is a leader.
yeah.
We gotta flow. We gotta intertwine. We gotta go like this.
A good topic came to my head. Now you said that man and woman is supposed to be together. Let's get on this topic real quick.
Boy.
Oh, man, for real, I'm liking the conversation. I'm just gonna ride.
Okay,
Somebody about to get mad.
Anybody that's watching, like, it's always no offense. It's real on here. So y'all said, like, you know, the man and woman supposed to be together equal that big powerhouse. So what about the people out there that's, you know, that's, you know, gay, transgender, all that stuff?
What about it?
So
that was so broad of a question.
So for woman and woman to be together, man and man, like, do you fight that's right? Would that equal like that? Trying to put this in words.
That divinity.
What you just said. We all just talk about a minute ago.
The divine
I feel like
reunion.
Or no.
Pertaining to that, it depends on your perspective.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of free spirited people.
Yeah.
And that honestly has to do with energy.
That's true.
In a sense, some people may say it's dangerous, and some people may say it's my nature.
Yeah.
So would somebody be the enforcer and somebody be the, like how y'all just said with the males, the enforcer, the woman is pretty much everything.
Okay, so the enforcer doesn't mean like tyrant. I really hope that's not what you mean.
I have no idea. I just listened to what y'all was talking about. Trying to put
it's just
together.
like validating something in a way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm
So
thinking
like she said,
Like a tyrant, bro. It's like
she said if she said don't eat that cookie, dad is just enforcing that. Then she say don't eat that cookie.
Yeah,
Why you picking
like
that shit
he took it
up?
I did. My fault.
Be on 300 or something. I'm like, no, this is.
Hey, I'm glad you caught on to that real quick. You said, hold on.
All right, I get you.
my opinion on that, man.
What's up?
I don't. The way I look at transgenders and stuff, this is how I look at it. I would never want to be judged. So what somebody else does with their life, I don't judge them. I accept you for who you are and what you choose to be. You were born as a man. You feel like you be a woman. Go ahead.
Facts.
I can't judge what your decision is.
Okay.
Yep.
And it's not affecting you.
It has nothing to do with
me.
Like,
And I feel like if
racism affect us.
Yeah.
You
that's
want to
something
be a
like-
woman has nothing to do with me.
Yeah. Now, honestly,
it's not affecting anybody.
if you get mad about something that has nothing to do with you, I feel like it's a personal problem.
Yeah.
It's
Not with them, but with you.
It's projection.
Yeah.
Like, you mad.
It's like they're holding up the mirror
like,
to
what's
something
the
you don't
problem?
want to confront.
Yeah.
No, for real.
Honestly.
For real.
And I know this is going to hurt.
No, hurt them.
Everybody.
Go ahead.
That's the problem with Christians.
Very much.
Oh, we already know that.
That's the
stuff.
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have days where they pray around the gays. Like
Thank
we're gonna
you.
rebuke this out of you, brother. Clemson should not be
because they
sucking
do
dick.
Clemson.
Let that
Brother
nigga suck dick. If he
Clemson
want to
is
suck dick, let that nigga suck the soul out that man. You can't control what his mouthpiece do. Just leave him alone.
And because
he
of
gonna
it,
keep doing
guess
it.
what? Religion's being taken for a joke because of that.
A lot of
It's being pushed out the picture.
It's like I
Totally.
can't take you serious. Let people.
And now, man, they scrapping on crumbs to even become important again.
I believe in love.
Me too.
Yeah.
Love is love. Love
Love is
comes in
love.
all forms.
This is a nice.
Yeah.
So it's just,
Like I'm at a poetry slam.
Yeah, it
You know the-
is.
you know the-
it is.
you know the idea I had.
It's the weed.
You know the idea.
I'm sorry. I feel so good over here.
You know the idea I had.
Embrace it.
And I don't know if you all are up for it, but I feel like,
Good.
and I know you're going to want to be a part of this, but if all four of us were to get in a room and have these discussions in front of adults, what would that do? How much would that bring out?
We get tomato stone at us.
and
You
defeat
wanna
and defeat
arrange
this.
this?
Yes, no doubt.
Just write that down, please. Right
Like,
here. I'm so serious. I
If
can't arrange this.
we can get in front of adults and talk about this and close the gap between our generation and
That
the
would be
baby
so dope.
bloomers, that would change the momentum of this world.
You're
Oh,
Period.
yeah, because then they be on our back.
Yes.
We flow.
He been saying that for quite some time.
We have
Put
a
it in
confidence.
write it on that paper.
Oh,
He
I'm
been
putting it.
saying since March.
I'm putting it in
Okay,
motion
y'all
now,
gotta
so
do
I will
that.
let you all know.
Yeah.
Y'all
I'm
have
gonna
to
get
do
your
that.
number afterward, but I'm
My
putting this in
grandfather
motion.
wants
Yeah,
to be a
make
part
sure
of
y'all
that.
write. Yeah, y'all.
Let me
I've
know
been
when,
putting
because my
this in
grandfather
motion
already
now.
said he wants to be a part of this. He said he would
So,
love
and
to
it's
watch.
just like, it doesn't even have to be the church.
My
I just
stepdad
mean
did
if we can,
Let's get our parents.
even a public,
Yeah, my mom and
Yeah.
stepfather do it.
even a public place,
Yeah.
It could be inside of their bar.
Or
Barn.
yeah. Or even better. Even better.
I'm talking about that later.
I know, that's what I'm like.
If we can go into the schools and get the parents, and get the parents of the children to come and talk to them.
Oh my God.
Because we understand them more than they do. If we could get them to come talk to us,
This would be so good.
it would change.
And then
everything.
we need to get like
Teachers.
an 18-year-old and a 15-year-old.
Yes.
Yeah.
We got to hit the teenage years.
Yeah,
I literally
teenage.
want.
All
we gotta
those
hit the
generations
teenage
together.
years.
I literally want to travel with this,
Oh yeah, just go somewhere. Be like, we were just gonna talk, and just let that.
and
energy-
that be the platform.
let
You just gotta
energy
set up and
connect
do
to
it,
people.
yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
We
So,
just gotta pick
hey,
a
put on
place.
social media, market it. You
And
know what I mean?
The four of us should be perfect because
Oh yeah.
we're so open to discussion. There wouldn't be a subject that you could come upon that we'd be uncomfortable with talking about.
I'm gonna just talk.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
But they're
I just
they're
had,
too
I
open.
had to put that out there.
Yeah.
They're too open
There's
for
no
me.
such
They're
like-
too open.
Being open to wander is like welcoming new enlightenment.
Man,
Jay said, just do it.
just do it.
Facts.
That's all a part of this life. Just do it, man.
Yep.
Set up and do it.
Yeah.
It's simple, man. It's best time to do it too. While everybody's, this wave is going on, all this stuff. You know what I mean?
It's easily embraced.
Yeah.
It's easily
It's
embraced.
easy to get to people to do this stuff and everything. Take advantage of it because, shit changes.
But that's what the age of Aquarius, like she mentioned. Like we're the ones who have to
I'm
start.
gonna look
this
that up when I
groundbreaking.
get home
Yeah.
and learn about it.
It's deep, man.
It is. I'm gonna
It's
look
it's
that
in
up.
our astro chart. Well, I don't know if y'all hear, but it's
on it. I
It
still
says
ain't-
they haven't even written anything because it said we are this generation is the next generation to change the world when it comes to religion, sciences, technologies, and self.
The what chart?
The astro.
Now go a little more in depth with this.
No, I know about that.
Go
I know
tell me
that.
about all that you know about this.
Well, in astrology,
I feel like he should just make them look it up.
actually you should.
No, I
but-
need
just messing with you.
I'm lazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. Unless it's an audio out there. But
Okay.
no, but it
Pause for a second. Who got the Alchemist book?
Oh, I don't
I need to borrow it.
I
'cause
got you.
I'm not gonna buy it.
man.
I'm
I got
trying
you.
to,
I got
and I ain't
you.
got around to it.
I got you.
you need to read that damn
Yeah,
book.
it's a great
I
book.
that's
read
what I'm
that book
saying.
No.
Oh damn! I gotta get the book. I got the
But
Alchemist.
yeah,
You need to
man.
read it.
Let me borrow that book.
I got you.
man.
So
Yeah.
back to this astro chart.
But go ahead,
man.
Astro.
Okay,
He write it
so
down.
astro chart is really, you know how there's horoscopes for your sign. That's why I be at, what's your sign? What's your sign?
That's
I know
me,
y'all be
that's me.
thinking,
Yeah.
what is, I don't believe in that, but it plays a big part because everybody, you have characteristics. Yeah, I
Yeah.
did.
I don't, he got
I almost pooed it.
Yeah, that's what it was.
But everybody acts like they're signed to an extent, but there's so much more to that. You have different moon. You have a moon in a certain house. So like my moon is in Libra, so I act like a Libra. You feel me? It's not just I'm a Gemini. I act like a Gemini. No, there's a lot in that chart. Like Venus is here, your Mars is here. It's in this placement. It's a lot. But when I was saying that we're the generation who changes the world, it's in all of our charts. It's in from 1990. The babies born from 1990s or 80s on forward we're the ones who change the world. The age of Aquarius. Yeah, we're changing the rhythm. We think of new philosophies. We thinking of religion differently. We thinking of sciences differently. We're literally born to change the world of its old habits that serve no longer a purpose. You feel me? We don't agree with how it was ran before. We see the flaws in governments. We came in with the blind shut, but now they're open. These next generations, they
follow what we do.
Yeah, they're gonna follow what we do, and their eyes have the veil is completely open for them, so they're gonna see the world like this.
They'll basically like they'll get it quicker than we will.
So,
Me think about it with Obama, like your great grandmother and grandmothers saw a black president.
That's life.
Their
changing.
mothers were slaves.
Yeah, they said that'll
my
never
grandma,
happen.
she loved when she saw that Obama
Yeah.
became a president. Shit.
My grandfather loved it.
Yeah.
He loved Obama,
Yeah.
but
What y'all think? Like y'all think he did a good job?
I don't give a shit.
I really don't even.
I
think he did.
I think
but
it's just
like
it's
maybe
the
like
government.
people think
I-
it's like so detrimental.
That
So
man,
I'm just
that man is
curious.
gone. That's what I
Yeah.
tell
Like,
you. That man.
that was a
is
Shout out to
gone.
you, brother. You did what you
That
could.
was a once in a lifetime thing.
I thought you did what you could though. The world didn't crash, or the world didn't, super duper go through a drastic,
And at the end of the day, it was a black man who still worked for
the white man.
government. So
He just did his thing. I
Yeah.
respect him for at least, doing it.
Exactly.
Because he cool as a person, so that's all that matters.
Yes, I
can tell
love
he
the
good spirit.
Obamas.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Yeah,
If I
love
could put them in
That's-
the bottle,
That was
and
something
just
we
ship them
needed.
to people.
We needed
like
to
a
see that as a black
breath of
community.
Yes,
Yeah.
just that
Yeah.
love, and
Just
they
that
were
love.
black. Like
They was
listened to the
black.
Isley
They was
Brothers.
cool as
Yeah.
fuck.
And have a cookouts.
Cookouts.
They
nigga.
brought the
was having
rappers and
The
every-
stuff.
rapper. They was kicking it like how black people
Yes.
That's why I say, man.
The interaction was really good.
It was
Politically, I didn't care, but as who they were as people,
Yes, that's what I
the
cared
image they
about.
put on, I loved it. I loved the
Yes.
family, the
Yes.
cookouts, the
are. And even
energy.
them now, if you
Oh, they
keep
still
up
the
to
same
date,
way?
yes, they be out here.
and
They
Michelle be
out here.
cute. She her little
For real.
girls. I'm like, look at Michelle.
She remind me of a cool
I
grandma.
respect her.
I love her.
She made like a name
Mad
for her own
respect,
self too.
man.
Besides just being
Yeah,
the first lady,
being the first
she went
lady.
on tour, had a book, and
Yes.
just she did a
Her
lot.
books are phenomenal.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard her,
Her
books are
crazy.
life changing if you
Yeah.
read them.
Also, she read more than she.
She
Made
wrote so
money
many
just that
books
one?
while she was in office.
Wow,
She wrote some.
I have
How
yet
many-
to read one.
I don't even know
No, I
about
only
like
know
2 or 3 books she wrote.
One actually.
She wrote quite a few
You read
books while
one
she was
before?
in office.
I didn't read the whole book. No,
Oh.
my aunt has it.
And that's what I believe in. For me personally, when I find that my divine reunion with my soulmate is gonna be like the Michelle to her Obama.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's
Like,
stab.
I won't be
For the ladies.
I won't be Jair without
It'll be
her,
electric.
you feel me?
Facts.
It's gonna be that just we taking off.
I don't know, you
don't
gotta be
know.
careful with that electric feeling, man. I've had electric feeling with somebody. It was like the devil.
But I think that
I know what you're talking about, but yeah,
It wasn't.
you got to be
Yeah.
able to discern
what
the
was
right
wrong?
energy.
What was wrong with
There
that
you
electric
go.
feeling?
I'm pretty sure you'll be able to, man.
yeah, oh you
It
do.
was a
You
real
know
like
what the right
spark.
energy feels like.
No, you know though, like you
Because
said.
you've been vibrating on it for so long.
Yeah, but I think early on it's a growing lesson for you because I could say because once you said that electric feeling, I knew because that's how it was for me and my first love. Like,
Man,
you
wait,
feel-
air quotes.
the very big air quotes. You feel she's still a part of my life. We're great, but she helped me grow tremendously as a person.
Yeah.
She helped me understand what the fuck I'm not gonna deal with in a relationship.
Baby.
She pushed me to a different
I went through
point.
that
My
relationship.
mental was fucked up, but it helped me grow so much. You feel me? It's something needed. You know,
You have
but
to go through that.
you have to
You
as
have
a
to.
person. You have
Yeah,
to
that's
fall.
what you learn.
You gotta fall. You gotta
That's-
learn.
That's
you know,
like that sets like the ground for everything.
Mm-hmm.
gotta walk. You know, gotta start off by walking, and she was helping me walk. You know,
That's a good way to look at it, bro. Cause a lot of
Yeah.
people they be blowing down like fuck them, this, that,
No,
this.
I would
Oh,
never.
it's
No,
like,
no.
what's the deal with that?
I went through
That's
that.
just like
I
you
was
did.
there. Like I'm not gonna even lie. Like
Oh,
I wasn't
sure.
always holistic. Like I have, yeah.
Yeah,
Like
you got
been
them
through
fucking
like
moments.
a ratchet phase where I'm like, whoa,
I think
why
everybody
are you doing
has
that?
it.
You got to.
I think
Why are you
everybody
so
has it, but
upset?
you-
Like,
Yeah.
fuck wrong with you?
You can't
Type
walk-
shit.
like-
That's how
Exactly.
wrong with you.
That's
So you
exactly.
grew from that? Like, was that like your biggest learning experience going through that?
Yeah, like I think my biggest learning experience, period, was like understanding the difference between my lower and my higher self. Like once I got to like the fact that I control, once I got out of the Christian taught that there was something outside of me controlling me, and I can kind of do what I want to do and ask for forgiveness. Once I knew it was me, and I had to like work on myself, is when I took control of a lot of things in my life. So even when I fall off, I know, like, all right,
Yeah.
let's get the
'Cause you
broom.
have control.
Get that broom out.
Get
We
that
got
broom.
some-
Like, you
Get everything
tripping.
together.
Yeah, I got some sweeping and cleaning. to do.
Yeah.
But I think the problem is people wallow in it
Ooh.
instead of just stepping out of it.
Yeah.
That was me.
I was there
Yeah,
too.
Like holding on. Like,
Yeah,
no,
like,
I
just-
gotta
Yeah,
be here.
that's
Come in
that
fa-
depression.
Coming face to face with him, like, all right, it happened. I can't control it. Let's deal with it and move on. People just wallow in it.
And that's when you get
Yeah.
light, because the wallowing, that's heavy. You gotta learn how to let
yeah.
go.
Seriously,
Yeah.
Control what
hard.
you can control.
it's
That's
hard to let
bad.
go,
It's
but it's
hard.
harder to hold on to it too.
It is.
It
harder.
is.
It lasts forever.
It's like
It's a
Bag
battle.
Lady. The whole song Bag Lady is about that.
Yeah, oh yeah, it is.
That's the entire
That song
song.
deep.
And that creates chains in your life.
Like, let
Like,
that stuff go. Even if you was wrong. Like,
Let it
forgive
go.
yourself. That's the biggest issue with having so much fear. It's not forgiving yourself. We'll forgive somebody else in a minute. Somebody stole our whole TV. Be your cousin. He'd be at the cookout 2 years later.
Yep.
But you did something when you was 10 years old.
Not for me.
And then they hold
That
on.
nigga gonna be around me. You still my TV.
Man, that's the key to personal.
You know what I mean?
That's the key
You know
to
you
personal
have to
freedom.
forgive. You have to forgive, even though you know you was wrong. forgive yourself and reach out to the people. Tell them that you apologize for being. Let that go. That's how you let it go. Mm-hmm. I've had to apologize to people. Like, I shouldn't even been apologizing to them per people's standards. Like, but I had to apologize. Like, I'm sorry. Blah 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 for whatever I did, and you can immediately feel the weight. Like, just
that's because it was for you.
Yeah, it had nothing. Like
it had nothing to do with them.
Woo. And don't expect an acceptance. You
just like you can't go into it.
Yeah, be like, expecting them to do
and just like, let it go.
Just be like, hey, I'm sorry. Click. No, it ain't gotta be like that, but that is that click. Like, I'm done. You feel me? Like, even if you salty, hey, I just apologize sincerely.
Yeah, you can't expect them.
Yeah, you can't. You can't expect anything from anybody. And then, what I learned too recently, we are too attached to what people say, whether it's positive or negative.
Right.
So I can't get attached to you if you like, damn girl, you think you cute. I can't get attached to that too much because now I'm still allowing what you think of me control how I think of me, even though it's positive.
Wow.
Yeah. Somebody put that's what I told you about. You remember?
Like, so the negative too. Like, so the haters, I can't get all into that either. But I can't get all into these compliments either.
She's talking about like basically when somebody's saying something about you, it's almost putting a word on your life.
Mm-hmm. That's why you can't ask everybody to pray for you. Don't pray for me. I don't even know how you pray. What are you praying about? I'm not that pray for me type.
Wow.
It's
like, not literally.
You don't want somebody else's word to control your life.
And a lot of that's a lot of our problems now.
Words, bro, like they really do control you.
And you don't know the energy they put out.
There you go. Yeah. Energy is really what it is behind that word.
They can pray for you, but they could be talking all types of shit. Don't even worry about
people
me.
Pray on your downfall. That's praying for you.
Yeah.
That's facts.
I can pray for you.
I pray
for real.
she don't make it. I pray she has to go back to her job.
That's why you have to be picky about who you tell your personal issues to.
Tell anything to.
Because if you are just
open,
loose lipped about it, man. If it gets out there to the wrong person,
they praying against you.
They will be releasing hell on your life.
Yeah,
they gonna hold you accountable too.
Exactly.
And then all this friction is gonna come out of nowhere, and you're not gonna know where it came from.
But friction is good too. See, this is all balanced, so I got this tattoo. But friction is good. Like, the devil, the adversary, is your greatest teacher.
Oh my god.
Shadow self, embrace y'all shadow selves.
So, like, you have to embrace.
We need to get on that
that
subject. We need to.
So why you
we
need
can
to
really
brace
dive
on
deep
that?
into that.
Because it's you.
I actually,
like, God and devil is good and evil, but it's really no good and evil. It's no bad or right or wrong. It's all teaching you. But when you're going through pain and the devil is taking it, because we like to blame things. So when the devil is taking over your life and you getting beat up, and
it's the devil. I lost my money. The devil took it.
No, it's you. And like, I think once you get to that
responsible for the stuff that happened in your life,
right? Like, God isn't responsible, nor is the devil. Like, it's really you. So people
you
need
are
to
your
embrace
own
that.
devil for real.
Yeah,
for real.
You're your own God. You're good.
Say that again. Say that.
You're your own devil. You're your own God.
Look, I said that, y'all.
So, like, you have to know that both of these exist. Like, you wouldn't know light without dark, good without evil.
The
blah
yin
blah
to the
blah
yang.
blah.
It's a balance, man.
And you can't just be like some people like, I'm through with this negativity. I don't need it around me. But that's good. You should want to like embrace negative, but negative happens. You have to
you can't
low key embrace it. Because without the negatives in your life, you would not be who you are.
You wouldn't know what positive looks like.
And then you wouldn't know how to fight for anything.
Embrace the beauty of destruction.
Yeah,
that's a good one too.
Look at that.
Beauty in the pain.
Embrace the beauty of destruction.
Beauty in destruction.
Well, you got to fall apart to
like
be
J.
put back
Cole,
together, man.
Beauty in the struggle.
That's true. I learned that through life, though.
Like, the more you fall apart, the stronger you are when you're put back together.
You are.
Yeah.
Like, you got to lose it all to gain it all.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's the death, the burial, and the resurrection. It's like self-realization. Like, basically, you're killing off yourself. Mm-hmm. Like, we died multiple times. I've died a lot and came back. Like, I have killed off for Charde. Like,
that
you
is
do.
So
if you knew me in 2006, you do not know me now. Like, that was a whole nother person.
That's why old people, when they come back into your life, Z, you like this now? Like, y'all,
I don't even welcome them. I don't even welcome them back into life, man.
Like, I don't
you wasn't
even
there for
know
the
him.
change.
Yeah, like, you really gonna think I'm in the same position as before. Yeah, I hurt you before, but that was a different Z.
And that's dangerous
and that's when
too.
you apologize and keep moving.
When you let them back in your life, it's dangerous. dangerous because they in a way they pull you right back to where you left.
They stuck in the past.
It's horrible.
And if you go back, I feel like if you get pulled back, that means you still have more to learn.
How you know you get it? Yeah, I'm about to say okay.
Because that just happened to me.
Yeah.
That just happened
and
to
in
me.
a way, sometimes you'll stay back even though you can move forward.
Yeah.
So how you know you're getting pulled back though?
Oh, your whole life will change. All that.
Like everything that you used to do will stop.
Yeah, it's done.
Like you'll conform back to what you used to be.
Whatever else.
Now, yeah, that could be good though in a way. Like she said, it's like, hey, you take your ass back and relearn if you're not ready yet for the next level.
To me, now after while you're in it, you're not going to see it as good.
You don't.
But
of course,
when you get to the end, it's like, you know what? I needed to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, I was just watching. It's crazy. I was just watching a video about this.
See.
Like you hate going through it low key when you at the end you done with it. Now I see why.
I needed that.
That was me like now. 2 months ago. Like, I got it. And now I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
That's why I learned to embrace that shit. Embrace the good and the bad.
Lie, though.
Got to.
I kind of yearn for that lesson.
That's
after a storm.
Man, mine be so tough.
Mine be intense. I'm with you. I be like, damn.
I'm looking at him like, you want some more?
This may sound dark.
Oh, hold up 1 second, y'all.
Okay.
What?
We gotta pause 1 second. Hold on. The thing messed up. I'm sorry.
Stop talking?
Yeah. You gotta pause. Stop talking.
Cool. Take a pause.
Take a pause.
Yeah.
Pause. Hold on.
My ears like when it's starting to hurt.
Yeah, no, that's cool. We need these breaks anyway. I need an ear break.
I'm getting impressed on my ears.
Yeah, that's cool.
God.
You edit this part out anyway.
Ouch.
All right,
man, still take 2 more minutes. My ears can use it, man.
I'm not gonna edit this part out. We too far in. Hey, we gonna keep it rolling. Shit.
It's gonna mess up the flow if you edit it out.
Yeah, if I edit out, what happened to the conversation? What happened?
Jump
We're gonna go somewhere else. Well, y'all just witnessed a natural moment right there. The equipment had a little malfunction,
Is that how it sounds?
All right, yeah. So what was you talking about, bro?
No, it's just, it was simple. Don't you fight through one fight just to get ready for another fight?
True.
In a sense.
I get what you mean. You kind of like taking a
you're fight. No matter what you do, you're fighting.
You're preparing for the next fight.
You learn a new skill set.
You fight through one fight just to get ready for the next fight. Mm-hmm. You never really outrun it.
Yeah,
we can't.
And when you,
it's life.
We gotta keep fighting.
And I think that's what happened to me. I kind of just accepted that, and it's just like, okay.
Oh, you're at a good place.
Every time I get into a fight, I know no matter how hard it is, I'm gonna come out on the other side. And when I do,
facts,
it's gonna transform me.
That's what they told
and
you.
That's the part that I look forward to.
It's your cocoon phase.
Yeah.
You become a butterfly and then you become a caterpillar.
That's what I meant though.
Yeah.
That's
to
good.
Though, that is really dope.
Them you're fearless, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's something like my ex.
But
like
even fearless
people,
me. They don't live without fear. They just don't let it take over.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gotta. It's good to feel fear. In a sense, it's not overtaking you, but it's good to feel fear because it pushes you to like a different point. Yeah, it's like, what am I gonna do now?
There's many different names for it.
Yeah. If you're scared to do it anyway.
Like, you got to.
That's like what I said about singing.
Yeah,
because it take you literally. I've been doing this for 14 months, so now 16 months at this point. So at first I used to be so scared, but I did it anyway. And then after a while, I'm like, I can open my eyes. I used to sing with my eyes closed.
Yeah,
it's got really deep. So each time you do it, whatever you want to do, just do it. Stop being scared. Do it. That's what I try to tell people.
There's no reason.
It's
no reason to be scared, though.
I'm gonna hit a karaoke with you one day, and then be.
There's no reason to be scared. Like, it's just you having a good time.
Oh, I know. I just have to trick my body into that.
Yeah.
When you can't, it's just like you listening to certain voices that aren't even out there.
This is my advice.
Yeah.
Too much of this instead of listening to this.
Take 3 shots of Douce, get your ass out there. I did karaoke. My weird ass in college, I went there karaoke, got drunk as fuck. Yeah. I was on the stage singing Sexy Love. I was fried. Hey, I enjoyed it though.
But you had a good time.
I had a good time.
Yeah.
No matter how you got to do it, you just got to do it.
Yep, and that broke me. I mean,
and eventually you won't even need that after a while.
No, you just go there as naturally.
Hey, you just have fun.
He back again.
That's how it was with me in basketball. I was timid as F at first.
I
then
used
I
to be
flowed.
like that when I was younger, but as I got older, I stopped caring. Like,
Yeah.
I'm here to play basketball.
I'm
ready
ready
to
to
worry
hoop.
about who you is.
Yeah, like I gotta
Not
show.
who you
I
is.
gotta play how I am. You know,
He said, play who I.
play how I am.
That's true though, man.
Because
Yeah.
it takes a second. It's a confidence builder. That's what.
Oh, yeah.
It's a big confidence.
I like
builder.
going through that stage of building confidence.
I
man.
do too.
Man.
I like it
It
because
teach
you
you a
know
lot.
you elevating something.
Yeah, you like
It's-
damn. I'm about to go harder
Man,
next
it's a
time.
process.
Yeah,
It is a process. But when you learn to embrace that process of life, man, you become the greatest person ever, man.
It's so much value in it too.
Yeah.
Man, listen.
Man, life makes gods, not men. Yeah.
Message.
Yeah, that's a
I think I done started. So
I swear I'm
good.
having deja vu right now. Like I feel like I've done this before, but I don't know.
we have
where.
like 10 times, bro.
No, like not at this
At this
specific
moment.
time, but I feel like I've done this before.
Yeah.
I just talked about that
Yeah.
earlier, man. That reincarnation.
Reincarnated.
We
All this stuff
staying
twisted
on.
in.
Yeah.
Like I really
Yeah,
feel like
honestly.
Give it up for us. Staying on all the time. Yes.
man.
That is funny.
Yeah, man, we gotta start doing this more.
Yeah.
4 my
No
lucky
doubt.
number too. So
Oh, there you go.
I gotta
Yeah.
find out mine. But I always said 3, but I gotta look up. 3, I feel like 3 is my lucky number.
that's the Trinity.
Oh,
When I was a little kid, I got my ass whooped for not knowing number 3, and then when I crossed into my frat, I was in the number 3.
Yeah, I'm like three.
your
Three
number,
is
yeah.
my thing, and
Yeah.
it's my 33rd year. My son was born in 333.
Oh, 3
shit.
is your
Yeah,
number.
3, yeah.
That's dope.
The Holy
3's
Trinity.
charm. Yeah, that's what it stands out for.
The Trinity.
Man, what?
no, yeah.
How y'all be? Y'all research all this stuff? How y'all be learning all
A
this
lot of
stuff?
reading.
I can't stand
Man, dude,
A lot of
I be
reading.
thirsty to read
See,
stuff.
y'all
a lot of
read,
reading.
I learned from experiences like this. This is how I learn. I learn from human one-on-one interaction. I mean, I read too, but
But see,
It's
now- but now
also
you know
that.
it.
yeah, now
like,
I know.
now
You see
you
what I
know
mean?
it.
It's
Yeah.
also that, but it's really like word of mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some things I'll hear about it and then I'll just go research the hell out of
Yeah,
it.
that's
That's
what I
all.
do.
Like I'll just be doing hours of research. Like, oh, that's what he meant.
Yeah.
And then I go back to him and tell him something that he didn't know.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of build
You
that house
bouncing
off
and
of that.
building,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a kid syndrome. You learn from others. You learn from your peers, your parents,
Yeah.
society. So you're a kid. You're just learning.
It's
word
a
of mouth.
diet. Like diet
Right.
doesn't
Like me cheating
only
off
mean
your sheet, 'cause I'm
food.
gonna go home and look
Yeah.
up some of the stuff you wrote
I'm
down.
just writing down shit. Yep.
Honestly.
And you said the Holy Trinity. That's why I'm writing down.
Yeah, the Holy Trinity.
that's-
The Father, Son, Holy Spirit.
That's real. It's
three.
parallel
That's where
to
they,
it.
They got it from the 3. Completion.
To me, it's the 3 levels of your mind: subconscious, your subconscious levels. But
No,
that's-
yeah,
no,
doubt.
that's but that's why I just broke it down.
Yeah,
That's how
yeah,
most people
that's
recognize
true.
it. Father, Son, Holy. The Holy Trinity is just it's a part of
Because your
you.
subconscious
Holy
mind, that's that beast.
Oh,
that's
Oh,
what
that's
you
it. That's what alters
That's-
everything.
That's what you
Yeah.
gotta control. That one right there. Because that's creating everything for you. Because
Yeah.
your brain is the
Energy,
defense
bro.
mechanism for
Energy.
your body.
Energy.
So your
Energy.
brain is gonna always. That's why they say go with your first thought, because your first thought is a fearless thought. And then as soon as you think a thought, your brain's job is to protect you.
Calvin
So-
always say that you got 5 seconds.
So you got really got
literally
like
have a
to
limited amount of
act
time.
on it, because your brain is going to go in defensive mode to say, "Oh, I remember that feeling. I'm feeling." So you have to
I don't want to
really
feel that.
You
go
gotta
with that
act on
first
it.
mind.
Act on it.
That's where that come from, and that's the different levels, the 3 major different levels of your subconscious mind.
That's what skydiving taught me. Just do it. Hurry up.
You
do
know,
it.
you know,
do it.
you know when they say don't second guess yourself.
Uh-huh.
It's because that first thought, it's in a sense, it's your higher being.
Oh, yeah.
Like that speaks first, and then whatever's after that,
It's a learned process of how to react.
yeah.
I'm gonna go take a test and just
Like, that's
Just
literally
start
the fearless
shit,
side
see
of
what
you.
happen. All right.
That's what I learned from my trip. Because my higher self only talked when it needed to. And it was very just, this is it. But then Z and Jair would talk.
Yeah,
feel
like
me?
you just gotta listen and go
You gotta
with it.
listen to that one. Because when he talked, everybody got quiet. But then there'll be other conversations. But listen to your
Yeah.
higher
That
self.
reminds
You
me of
just gotta
life,
control
period.
it.
I want to go on a trip. This is all I got out of this conversation.
It's about that time for you to go on a trip. It's about
Trips
that
open
time.
the veil, man. They open the veil.
And you go on
to
that trip, you come back a
They
whole
do.
new
They
person.
do.
You're like,
They do.
oh, god damn.
They
So
come-
this is what it is.
It's basically like opening the veil to your mind.
Seriously.
Because your thoughts have a veil, and then there's another veil behind it, and that's what it opens up.
You're seeing God within you. You're seeing the universe open up before your eyes that you never
that's
really
like
existed.
That's like a sneak peek of which you haven't gotten to yet.
Because, every day is that, but we just are experiencing it. We thinking like we're tripping, we're on something, but this is your reality.
It's reality.
It's your reality, but you're opening it up to a reality.
The different dimensions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I tell people, and that's why psychedelics within our government and society is canceled off, and that's why like they're making the prison rate and all so high. Like if you're caught selling shrooms, it's 10 years automatically.
It's stupid.
It's crazy.
Really?
Because they don't want
the bad ones
your
that they
eye.
see.
Your eyes are open.
I didn't know that.
It makes you aware of society.
That's why it opens up your train of thought.
Some countries sell shrooms in the stores.
But that's
America.
different.
United
America.
States.
Live in America.
Because
You can't do nothing. You can't do
It's a
nothing without a
controlled
penalty,
society.
man.
So man, I told y'all they're going to penalize, give you a felony, or
It's
they're going
a
to kill
fee.
you.
Yeah.
It's a
They will
fee.
if they can.
It's
free.
definitely a fee.
If there's
Is
a
they want the
notch,
money?
if there's a notch of reason to
Want your
kill you,
time?
they will kill you.
Yeah, they want your time. They want your
Yes.
money, your time, or they want your life.
They want that. Yes.
Did anybody see the video about this guy? I think he was rapping about something, and he mentioned in the video that they might kill me over this, and literally like seconds later he was shot in the head.
I bet.
Oh man,
I think I remember.
that's
Between two cars.
Yeah.
It
X was that X? That wasn't X.
Nah,
That was my dude. He was such an awakened being. But
he was. I finally listened to him because I
I
don't
did
listen
too.
to y'all new people stuff. But
y'all new people. Don't put us in that category.
hey, you only
New
3
people.
years older than us, and you talking about like she just high. Man, I'm old as shit.
no,
That
I'm
girl, shut
saying.
up. You young. You young.
my friend's daughter, she's a teenager. I think she's 16. She loved him. She was really hurt when he passed.
Oh, I was hurt.
And I got to listening to him. I'm like, oh.
always a really hippo like that, but I'm not gonna go home.
I was hippie.
X was.
Yeah, it wasn't him.
He was the
name
epitome
sounds so
of
familiar,
a
though.
god. He was an epitome of a god. Finding his journey, like the way he started out and the way he ended. Sadly,
It was rough.
it was very
That's
rough.
how it be though. As soon as you start to bridge over that stagnant point and actually start taking off, that's when they take you out.
Yeah, because they knew he was going to change the world.
Man, they did that to Nipsey.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
They
yeah.
Soon as he was, the day after. I don't mean to bring this up, but the day after he the day after he died was the day he was supposed to meet with the chief commissioner to discuss getting rid of gang
I have a lot of
violence.
questions about that, but they will never be answered, I guess.
No,
That's why I stopped
and
looking
that's
into it.
that's
That's
the
the
key
point.
on how to get away with
And
it.
that's, yeah.
Yep.
It leaves you in this cycle.
Yep. But fuck
That's
it.
like they came out and said they killed Martin Luther King.
Oh yeah, they did.
Like,
they went to
They
court.
went to court and lost.
Yeah.
Like, they
And guess what? They blurred it out.
hit that gunshot did not kill him. He was fine. Mm-hmm. The government killed him, but that's how it goes. I don't even want to.
Just like Nipsey's murderer.
That's why I'm like, ain't nothing to do about it.
Just like Nipsey's murderer.
That dude was on the verge of doing so
Everything.
much.
Yes, like
But I feel like he's still doing it.
Still
His
doing it.
spirit, His energy.
Oh, you still
The
can
guy's
feel
right
it.
here on the wall.
Man, dude. When I watch his videos, you still can feel his energy.
Yeah, Nipsey is raw
He's
Like
raw.
that was
because he's still
True
in his
divine
death.
presence.
Oh, y'all talking about
Before
Nipsey? I thought it was Martin Luther King.
I mean,
Nipsey.
I mean-
Nipsey lit too. My fault.
the thing that's so crazy is his death shook everybody in like a different way. Like, it wasn't the same. Like,
It wasn't.
His death still shook. I'm still shaken by it now.
Yeah, it was just
It's
one of
going
them
on
you didn't
3 months, bro.
expect. Like Nipsey got
Honestly,
murdered.
I ain't gonna lie, I didn't listen to his music at all. Really, my friend tried to get me here, but the shit that he did and the things that I used to watch a lot of his documentaries, interviews. The way where his mind was at was somewhere just whoa.
And it had
Early,
everything
though.
to,
Early,
to do
like, early.
with his mother. The person that everybody's
mother
calling
came-
crazy, his mother was his teacher. So that's why I go back to say that it's really your mother. If you have sons, if you have kids, it's our job to plant that seed in their
You gotta
head. And I want to say this too, especially for our boys. And I got 2 boys, and I had to learn this like around when my son was 6. I don't whoop my son. I don't beat him.
my daughter either.
And
Supposed to.
when my son was 6, his father was just like, why are you talking to him like that? And me, I'm just being a regular black mama. And I thought about what I was saying to him. So what I was feeding into him was fear and to be self-conscious really. So like instead of like talking about what they're doing wrong so much, we gotta, praise what's right or what we want to see. Like, I like it when you smile.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, why you over there
Being
looking
an
all
advocate for
stupid?
it.
Like it's a whole different language, but I'm saying the same thing. And I think a lot of men that we say ain't shit, it's just somebody who just been so scarred by his, what he's been taught. Like, this is what his mama put into him. We are the teachers, the Mother Earth, Mother Nature, Mother, the womb. This is where all knowledge come from.
And it sticks by you for forever.
Yeah,
because
so
I still have
a lot of mommy
memories.
issues. Yeah,
It's, me personally, I have a lot of mama issues, and I know that's why the way I had to embrace.
Just
my
like we
shadow
got
self.
daddy issues.
Yeah, it's like mothers love their sons and sons and
Daughters love their
daughters love their sons.
The dad.
Dads love their daughters. Yeah,
We
eventually.
got it.
We're just kind of in the show right now, y'all.
Oh no, I got a few minutes, man.
Look, he took his
You got
time.
5 minutes? Just let me know, bro.
Me and Calvin had a combo.
I had to say that though, like his death really shook my spirit, man.
His what?
Yeah,
Oh,
see.
okay.
Man, it shook my
Yeah, it
spirit.
did.
But if you really want to know what she's talking about, watch the first thing she said at the funeral when she spoke.
Yeah, I didn't watch none of that. So I
Man,
gotta
what
look
she
at
I didn't
it.
watch
what
it
she
either.
said,
Yeah.
I felt what she said in my spirit when I was listening to it. Like I really felt what she was saying. But a lot of people called her crazy. They definitely.
I did
was-
hear that too.
Anything outside of the norm is crazy. If the masses aren't doing it, then it's like, well,
Can y'all tell me a little what she says? I ain't gonna lie. I probably
Me
won't
too,
look up no
because
time
I don't know
soon.
nothing she
Yeah.
said.
she was kind of all over the place, but it was more so speaking. She's not religious, so she was speaking about his death in a spiritual way, like saying that,
She said he was in transition.
yeah, like he is because.
And when go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I think you will probably explain it better.
So what she was saying is basically she didn't go off the chain of events. Like when she walked up, she said my son was assassinated.
Mm-hmm.
And she said before she approached the scene, she was living outside of her body.
Mm-hmm.
And she was basically vibing with the energy. And when she went to his death place, which I forget the word she used, but she saw where he died at, and she used do you know the word she
I'm
used?
trying to remember.
She used this word, and she said by his car there was no blood at all, and she saw something and said he was in transition, and she reminded everybody that we're spiritual beings, and the first thing she said is we're spirits living a human experience. So basically,
Basically, at that moment she walked up is when his soul was leaving him. His soul was in transition to, going to the next dimension.
Yeah.
Really, she felt that? Oh,
I mean, that is his that's a part of her. Like, we choose our parents. That's a whole nother conversation.
Sure do.
But he is a part of her. He was a lesson to her, so she gonna absolutely have some type of connection.
She's still in tune.
Dang. And why everybody called it? See, I don't got people call her crazy. That's
That's
her
why I was like,
son.
if she
they're not on that level.
Because it's
not a normal.
No, we die, we go to heaven, and like it's a normal way of thinking.
And just think, it was on BET. You feel
Yeah.
me? BET.
They try to filter out everything.
Yeah,
And like she tripping,
Man,
she didn't heal. I'm like, oh,
That's another thing. Anything new is just driven into the ground. And that doesn't just go for our parents. That goes for everybody.
The thing is witchcraft.
It's not even new. We're just
is witchcraft.
re-embracing
is.
our
You
culture
gotta get on that.
that we did. That's been diminished.
No, like new to their
But it
ears.
is.
Yeah, no,
They
it's new to
drive
the
it into the ground.
Yeah,
Like,
because it's not embraced. Yeah,
well, it's not. Yeah,
it's not.
Yeah, it's not
embraced.
comfortable.
Yeah, when anything uncomfortable, no, that's crazy. That's witchcraft. That's evil. That's Satan.
Since I know we gotta probably wrap it up, I just want to say y'all dope, and I love you, black man.
Oh yeah, we
All
love you,
three of
soul
us.
sister.
Appreciate
You as
it.
well.
Just wanted to get
Much
that off my
appreciated.
chest.
Yeah.
This is dope energy. I wish everybody behind there was here to feel it. It feels
Honestly.
good.
I swear, I swear, there were so many times where I told him like, "Yo,
Yeah.
the energy." I didn't, but I wanted to say it.
Me
so
too.
bad.
We
Like,
on the same
energy.
wavelength because I wanted to be like, oh,
The energy.
Just say it next
I
time.
could just, bro, like I wanted to. And I was like, man, that's gonna be so
that's why I
random.
started snapping.
The snapping sufficed.
Yeah.
For sure.
But yeah,
Well,
man, it was
well,
a dope experience though.
check it then, y'all.
Conversation was everything.
Yeah, honestly.
Y'all got anything to say before closing?
There you go, my brother. Go ahead, man.
We got rough.
He knows about to say that. Go ahead.
I got you.
I'm gonna let it start on that end. Let's let her.
That is
let's let
okay.
our
The
soul
newcomer?
sister. Yeah, we gotta let our soul sister come through.
Here we go.
Yeah, by the way, thank you for being on here, though.
Oh, thank you for
we
having me.
appreciate
I
it.
really enjoyed it.
We struggle to get women to come forward.
I always wanted to do this, so thanks.
Oh, keep
One
coming.
step
Keep
closer to
coming.
being
Keep
on the
coming.
show with Oprah.
Yes, this could be the opportunity. We gonna shoot her
wants that?
email, tag her in it. You feel me?
Who wants
That's what
that
we gotta
right
start doing,
there?
too.
You want that? It's
Tagging
yours.
people
Instagram
and
right
stuff.
here.
Like, tagging people
that's
who
how you
we
get
really
their
want.
attention. Yeah.
Tags. We gotta start tagging people.
But I don't know what to say. Just love. Like you said, love is key. We have to learn how to love each other. And in order to do that, you have to really, truly love yourself. And in order to love yourself, you got to be by yourself. And that's all I got to say.
Well, I like to say, everybody.
Look at you look like you came behind some woman in the club. I just want to tell you.
I just want to tell
Hey, come
you.
here really quick. Let me talk to you real quick.
Yeah, that voice.
Oh my God.
I just want to tell you.
This is all I want to say, bro. I just came back from a journey from Miami, so I'm kicking it. Hey, have fun, y'all. Get drunk. Be irresponsible this summer. This summer, think about it. The summer just started. The summer about to end already. Y'all peep that?
Yeah.
Knowing the end of
Summer
September,
went mad
it's still about to
fast.
end quick. So, hey, be irresponsible, y'all. Have fun. And
Get them new tires.
Get
Get them new
Get them
tires.
tires
Hey, that's
now.
some true facts.
Yes. And get them school
I'm not
clothes
trying
with
to
your
have
next
no
check.
accidents,
Yeah,
no total
man.
cars. I don't want to hear it after the
don't
first
either,
month of
man.
winter. No, get them new tires.
Y'all know where y'all living at.
Hey,
This
if you
is
need a
Cleveland.
discount, go to my boy Joshua Cheston. He can get you a
Plug.
discount.
Plug.
Yeah, I might be hitting them up tomorrow.
What you got to say, man?
Man, embrace your dark, twisted fantasy. It's a
I
fantasy.
like the twist on that.
Yeah, I like
It has
the
some
end.
flavor to it.
Yeah, it was real sexy. It got
some flavor
sexy,
to
didn't
it.
it? Got sexy.
Dark twisted fantasy.
Like, oh, let's
Embrace it.
talk.
Oh.
You know, you are that fantasy. It can be twisted, it can be dark, but it is love and light because that's what you are. That's what you represent. No matter what form or shape, that's who you are. Your dark, twisted fantasy. Embrace it. Be you. Be natural. Be authentic. Peace and love from this side.
Hey,
He's just smooth. He like Don Cheeto and them. And what's the man? What's the Soul Train man? What's his name? Don Cheeto played him. I can't think of the man's name.
Yeah,
But
me
him.
either. Yeah.
get them
That's
new
my dude.
tires.
What I can say,
That was good. Get them tires, man.
what I could say. Master your energy, man. Master your energy, and once you master it, find people that can give you the same energy.
Ooh, yeah.
Find people that will amplify the energy that you already have.
Currency.
Like this.
Yeah.
Because the more
I'm trying to figure out what energy I got that's like this nigga.
It's that
the
weed.
more you
It's the weed.
the more you get around your energy, the more it strengthens your frequency.
That's
it
true
do.
because it feel
It
good in
do.
here.
Like,
It feel good in this room.
and honestly, the goal that I always give everybody on this podcast is take this energy with you throughout the week.
Yay. I will.
Allow it to girt you.
Yeah, that's
And
your
get
high.
you ready for that different energy that's just gonna come across and try to disrupt you.
Hit that invisible
So, yeah.
blunt.
I'm just gonna hit the real one.
Be picky about who you surround yourself with.
Woo! Throw the.
Be picky about it.
That's true.
Because
Blue.
if you don't, you welcome in so many different vibes
And it
and
will
so
kill
many different
you.
things that can dampen your energy or just put it out.
It sure will. It sure
So
will.
yeah, and you don't want to go to a state of complacency.
Allow people to fall out.
Yeah,
Going
like,
apart, you
let
know,
people
allow
go,
them.
bro.
Yeah, don't hit them up. If they stop hitting you up, that's a sign.
right.
That's another thing I did this month. Like, I didn't talk to nobody.
Yeah. And see
And the
who's
people who
still-
wanted to talk to me, talked to me.
They still hit you up.
After that was it.
Yeah.
But yeah, though.
For sure then. Well,
Love to this podcast, man.
Yeah, man.
y'all all set? Everybody set?
I know, bro. You
I already said that.
Yeah, I just thought about
Hey,
that.
Be
Yeah.
irresponsible, have fun, ladies, young boys, girls. Thank you, watch, listen, create, inspire, and we celebrate.
Yo, we out, y'all.
Probably like, what the fuck is he talking about? All right, y'all, pose with a picture.
That
Though.
lavish journey.
We good.
All right, we good.
Create,
Yeah.
inspire, and spread greatness.
Great podcast.
Most definitely. Most definitely.